Welcome back everyone. In today's video we will be tackling the Weapon Expert Challenge, all done the easiest way possible and all in chapter 2. It's a pretty straightforward challenge once you know what to look for and how to avoid some of the caveats. So let's get started with the first challenge. Kill 3 enemies with a knife. This one is easy. Enemies are everywhere. But when in free roam, an NPC becomes an enemy only once it becomes a red dot on the minimap. So if you're antagonizing some random NPCs, let them shoot or punch you first so they become enemies before, well, slashing them. On to challenge number 2. Kill 3 enemies in 10 seconds using only throwing knives. Now, if you freshly arrived in chapter 2, you won't be able to buy throwing knives from the fans until you complete the Tyrann mission called Paying a Social Call, where Bill gives you some at that point. But fear not, you can easily find some in free roam. My favorite spot is at 6 Point Cabin, north of Valentine. At nighttime, you will find them around the camp at the back of the shack, as well as some Tomahawk. That will become handy for future challenges. You will need to go there at night to find those throwable weapons. I tried during daytime and they were nowhere to be found. Next, we just need to find an enemy camp. I found one on the other side of the Cumberland Forest, but any will do. If more than 3 enemies are there, I suggest killing the extra ones from the get-go before lassoing the 3 remaining foes. Once tied up, just headshot them one by one with a throwing knife. Rejuvenate each time if you have less than 3 on hand. Easily done, under 10 seconds. The third challenge will have you kill 3 birds of prey using only a Tomahawk. If you don't have a Tomahawk at that point, refer to the video timestamp in the description below on how to get them. That challenge is easier than it seems at first glance. All you need to do is kill an animal, like a deer or a pronghorn, walk away to a distance, and wait for a bird of prey to come scavenge on it to get an easy kill. Birds of prey includes the crows and ravens too, not only the hawks, eagle or vultures, so it makes it really easy to get that one done. The best location for me was in the Heartlands. You may need a fresh kill though to attract new birds, as they won't show on a decomposing carcass. Rinse and repeat the process 3 times, and you're done. Challenge 4. Kill 10 enemies with a shotgun using crafting ammo. This one is not too hard, but can be a bit time consuming when you just arrive in chapter 2, as you won't have any pamphlet to craft shotgun ammos. You can find for free the incendiary buttshot ammo recipe at Copperhead Landing. Inside the abandoned shack, walk around until you find a loose floorboard and acquire the recipe. Make sure to read it so you can learn it, otherwise it will just be another piece of paper in your satchel. The recipe is easy. You'll need shotgun shell from the weapon store and moonshine from the fence. Both can be found in roads if you haven't unlocked the fence at Emerald Range just yet. Once you have everything on hand, you can craft the ammo from anywhere. Just access your weapon wheel and go to the crafting option. The next step will be to find an enemy camp. My favorite one is at Dewberry Creek, and normally 5 to 7 enemies spawn there. Then finding another one is as easy as galloping around the Heartlands or to a smoke column you can see in the distance until you find another camp. If you find some bounty hunters, just antagonize them until they shoot at you and then kill them. Challenge 5. Kill 5 mounted enemies using 1 throwing knife per kill. This one is super easy. Go to the Heartlands and spot a lone man on his horse. Have your throwing knife at the ready, and all you need to do to make it an enemy is aim at him until it shoots you first. Then go into that eye, aim for the head, and get the kill. Don't forget to get your knife back. And just do that 4 more times and this challenge is done and dusted. The 6th challenge will have you kill 4 enemies with 1 single stick of dynamite. You know what it means? We're going back to Dewberry Creek. Just lasso 4 Driscolls. Pile them up nicely. And boom! Bye-bye! Challenge 7. Kill 4 consecutive enemies by throwing and retrieving the same Tomahawk. Again, this one is easy enough. We just need to find an enemy camp and there are plenty about in the Heartlands. But remember that for that challenge, you need 5 consecutive kills total, as the first one doesn't count and the streak only starts when you retrieve your Tomahawk from the first victim. So once again, to make it easier, we're just gonna lasso every Driscoll. Once they're all tied up, just go around, throw your Tomahawk, retrieve it, and do it again for the other ones. And right on cue, some reinforcement arrives, just to give us the last kill. If the backup Driscoll don't show up, just find a random NPC, aim at him with the Tomahawk, and get the kill. Challenge number 8 will have you kill 15 enemies using a long barrel sidearm. The sidearm are your revolver and pistols. Go to the weapon shop and customize your Cattleman revolver, for example. Go to the components, choose the barrel option, length, and buy the long barrel upgrade. If you already have an offhand holster, you will be able to wield 2 sidearms. For this challenge, you can kill any NPC. They don't need to be an enemy or a red dot on the minimap, which make it, well, easy. The only downside is the drop in honor for killing a non-enemy NPC. So once again, just ride around the Heartlands until you find some enemy camps or bounty hunter camps, or just kill some random NPC if you're not too worried about the honor. After tallying up 15 kills, this challenge is done. Challenge 9. kill 9 unaware enemies from behind using the bow. This one is, let's say, tedious, but not complicated at all if you find an enemy camp. I found one north of Lake Orangila, but anyone will do. You just need to be sneaky. With your bow equipped, find an enemy with his back turned on you and shoot. Then simply run away until the red thread on the minimap disappears. This will respawn the enemy at the camp you were at, so you can just go back and kill him again, 8 more times. To make this challenge easier, you can use improved arrows that you can craft at any time with simple arrows and flight feathers that you can get each time you pluck a bird. Also, make sure that the enemy has his back turned on you. If he's sideways or facing you, even if he's unaware of your presence, it will not count. And yes, I made that mistake. Too many times in a row. The final challenge. Killing a grizzly bear without taking damage using only throwing knives. For this one, I suggest to at least craft improved throwing knives if you can't do poison knife at this stage. And for that, you will need 2 eagle feathers. You can find eagles in Big Valley and the Heartlands quite easily. Then we will go west of Walla Station, where you can find the abandoned chimney. I would suggest to make a save at that point, in case things go horribly wrong. There, to make it easy, instead of finding the bear, we will use predator bait. Spread some around. And run to safety to that pile of logs and wait for the bear to show up. Now, what you're going to witness is far away from being a pretty kill. At all. But it worked. Well enough. Grizzly bears are tough, so you will need more than 1 knife. Aim for the head and throw. If the bear is not dead but badly wounded, at that point follow it until it falls. Retrieve your throwing knives and finish the job. And there you go, the Weapons Expert challenge completed. And now if you go to the trapper, all the reinforced equipment are unlocked. You can get the bandolier for 17 bucks, the gun belt for $15.25, the holster for $12.25, and the offhand holster for $12.25. I hope this video has been useful, and until next time, see ya!